Hi students. So under the unit 4, today we will be discussing the last topic under management wide information systems, that will be executive information system. It is also known as executive support system. Synonyms, they will call, few people might call executive information or executive support. So both the meaning will be same, which will be the system which is supporting the executives with the required information. So it is a technology designed in response to the specific need of executives. So what exactly the executives need? They need the information, a tailor-made information, only specific information. So summary information we can say only. So they don't want complete or detailed information. So they need the tailor-made information which will be helping them to take strategic decisions, long-term decisions and all. So for that, this system will help. An EIS is a type of management information system intended to facilitate and support the information and decision making. It will help to provide the required information and also helps in taking decision making needs of senior executives by providing easy access to both internal as well as external information relevant to meet strategic goals of the organization. Whatever the goals of the organization will be there, to meet that, whatever the information they need. What will be one simple example? The organization objective is to expand, growth of the organization. For that, so what information they need? Internal information might be their capacity, external it might be customers information, demand in the market, like that. So it requires both internal as well as external information relevant to meet the strategic goals of the organization. So this system EIS is commonly considered as a specialized form of DSS. In the last module we already discussed what is DS, decision support system. This is the higher version or extended or specialized version of this decision support system. We will call it as executive information system. This system supports decision making of members of, example like board of directors, presidents, vice presidents, CEOs. So those will be there in the strategic level, that is top level management. So this system mainly helps them. Next topic will be characteristics of EIS, executive information system. The first one is drill down capabilities. So what is this drill down? This capability is that it allows executives to look for details on any specific information. So drilling down means going in depth related to any particular topic. For example, if they have some particular doubt in a particular topic or content, so then they will access the detailed information of that one. So that aspect will call as drill down capabilities. So this one will help to get them the complete information what they require in a particular domain. Next will be design with management's critical success factors in mind. So this system is designed by considering or keeping in mind the management's critical success factors. So every organization has certain critical factors that are important for achieving the organization goals. So these factors will be different for different industries, or it might be different in different organizational levels also. So based upon the organization's critical success factors, for example, some companies might have very good geographical location, some might have advance of skilled laborers, some organization might have an advantage of sophisticated or new improved technology, like that. So by keeping in that mind, these systems will be designed. Then third will be status access, trend analysis and exception reporting. This feature allows executives to access the current data or latest data. The timing and relevance of information is very important. So trend analysis shows the executives to examine data across desired time intervals. For example, in statistics you already know trend analysis, time series, using different old data you can try to forecast the future, this one. So this one also helps in such a way, trend analysis. And also exception report. Exception reporting allows the executives to highest variances from established norms in a company. Exception reporting. A brief description explaining the variance may also be provided. So this one is in exception reporting. Next, fourth one is personalized analysis. This capability of an EIS allows executives to use built-in functions to analyze problematic situations. These functions allow the executives to specify the requirement, the date, like that, so what they required exactly, so based upon that they can analyze. Then navigation of information. This features allows the executives to access large volume of data in a quick and efficient manner. Quickly they can access the required information. Then it presents graphical, tabular and or textual information. So this particular system, the information will be displayed in graphs, in pictorial formats, table format. So in the format which will be required, which will be very easy to analyze, which will be easy to see, watch, easy to see and analyze. So these are the important characteristics of executive information system. Next, what are the components? So these components right from other information systems we have been explaining, so almost it remains the same. So you require hardware, software, you require an interface, and especially a telecommunication. So hardware, you are all well versed with that. Input devices, CPU you need, storage and output devices you need. So this one you already know what are these things. Then software also in your database, text-based software. The most common form of text is probably documents, like that, documentation. So that is also programmable documents. Using that one you will do. Then you have graphic based and model based. So model based, as we already discussed in decision support system, the models which is related to special statistical models, financial model, other quantitative models, that also will be used here. And graphic based, mainly the different types of graphical charts, that particular information details will be there, so that you can represent the information in graphical format. Graphs, charts, like that, maps, diagrams, scatter diagrams, sequence chart, there are different types of charts you have, so that one will be there. Then you are all well versed with interface. An EIS needs an effective or efficient interface, so that user can access. The interface is a medium between a system and the user. And then telecommunication, mainly because executives might not be located in one particular place, they need to communicate wherever they are geographically widespread. So you need a better telecommunication network, so that you can have a strong connection, strong integration between them. So these are some of the important components of system. Then what are the capabilities? As we know, so it support for defining the overall vision, the long-term plans what they have made. Then it support for strategic planning. It involves determining the long-term objectives by analyzing the strength and weakness of the organization. Normally we know as SWOT analysis, that one. Then support for strategic organizing and staffing, recruiting the right people for the right job. Then organizing the resources which are very essential to meet the organizational objectives. Then strategic control, it support for strategic control. So what exactly the plans you have made and what you have implemented, whether it is in the same direction, is it happening in the same direction, or if any deviations is there, if there, how to overcome all those things. And then it supports for crisis management. So first four you can easily analyze this one. What is this crisis management? Even with careful strategic planning also, sometimes crisis will happen. So disasters, some other aspects will happen. So at that particular time, how to overcome that one? So backup plans. So that one will be supporting for crisis management. So next topic will be advantages. So what are the, it has many advantages. So easy for upper level executives to use. So extensive computer experience is not required for their operations and all. So they'll get the required reports in a simple manner, the detailed report. So they can go through that one. So no need of be particularly knowing regarding how the system works and all. Then ability to analyze trends. So trend analysis, as I already said, you don't need using the past data, predicting the future, this one. Then enhanced personal thinking and decision making. It supports users by providing useful information so that their thinking ability will increase and decision making ability also will increase. Then contribution to strategic control. Flexibility means adapting to the changing situation. So whenever something happen, so you will be very flexible enough to adjust to the changing situations. Then enhanced organizational competitiveness in the marketplace. In the market, your organizational capabilities will enhance, will increase, competitiveness will increase. Then increased executive time horizons. As I said, executives are geographically widespread, so you don't need to wait for that them to be attending a particular meeting and all. Wherever they are using this particular system, they can access the information and then they can share over the platform, and they can take decisions in a quicker way. Better reporting system. So whatever the happenings will be there in the organization, so that will be reported, that means documented in a proper manner, so that it will be used for the present reference and future reference. Then it improved mental model of business for executives. Improved mental model, so it helps in enhancing the knowledge of the users, so that the mental ability, so the skills of the people will be enhanced. People means that executives. Then it reduced time for finding and integrating information. So how quick you will get an information, the quicker will be the decision. If you take more time for gathering information only, then the decision taking ability might reduce. So by this one, you can reduce the time of gathering that information, which will be very essential for taking decisions. So apart from this, we have many more advantages. Then the disadvantages, limitations, we can say exactly. So functions are limited, cannot perform complex calculations, it cannot perform complex problems, it cannot perform in complex environment. So it is second one, it is hard to quantify benefits and to justify implementation of EIS. So when you compare with the cost and benefit, so it is very hard to identify what are the benefits your organizations got from implementing this one, because when you have to implement this, you'll incur more cost. But if you are investing so much, what is the returns you are getting? So that will be very difficult to analyze. But in long term you might get, but it is very difficult to quantify it. Then executives may encounter information overload. So sometimes they might feel the information provided will be too much, they don't need that much. So information overload also will create so many problems. So it takes more time to gather the required information. So sometimes it is a problem. Sometimes the system may become very slow, or it might become very large and hard to manage. So when the organization is very big, that time the system also might become very big. That means the components will be it will need, the technical specification will be very high. Sometimes it might be very hard to manage it. Then it is difficult to keep current data. Sometimes might be the storage problem happen, but it is not the problem in all the cases. But sometimes you can experience to difficulties in saving or you keeping the current data. Then small companies may encounter excessive cost for implementation. As I said, this type of systems, it requires a huge initial cost for developing and implementing. Running cost will be distributed, so as number of years what they will be making use of it, so it will gradually decrease, but the initial cost will be very high. So if it is a large organization, they can bear it, but if for very small organizations, sometimes for medium scale organization also, so they might feel the cost of implementation will be very high. So these are some of the disadvantages of EIS. So apart from this, so as we already discussed regarding this particular topic, so what are the application of these things? So what applications? It has in various fields it is been applied, especially in organizations. So it is very helpful in manufacturing sector, marketing department, financial analysis, HR part, then research and development. So in many aspects this particular system is very helpful. One example I will say, you can take up in manufacturing sector only. Manufacturing operational control focus on day-to-day operation, and this particular one, EIS provides the evaluation of vendors and buyers, the evaluation of purchased materials and parts, and analysis of critical purchasing areas, who will be the better suppliers, who will be better suppliers of your materials, what are the process you can employ, like that. So this is one such example of application of EIS.